McCutchen hits it high and deep to left field. It's down the line. It is good. It is good. A walk-off. Andrew McCutchen, his second career walk-off winner.
Your Buccos, they will never work harder for a win than they worked tonight as they beat the Diamondbacks 3-2 walk-off fashion, and they get to 500.
Andrew McCutchen getting it done once again last night with his second career walk-off home run. It ended the game in the bottom of the 12th inning. And can they do it again tonight with the help of McCutchen as the Pirates take on the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 3 of this three-game series? Just above this 325-foot marker, and with this bat, Andrew McCutchen ended a 4-hour and 6-minute game. Paul Maholm, exceptional starting pitching. They got some good work out of the bullpen, but our PNC achievement, Andrew McCutchen for the Achiever in You.
Oh, he did a great job, that's for sure. He's somebody that is going to win a lot of ball games for us in that style over the years. It was such a fun, big win for the Pirates. You could see the way they were all over each other after the game and how much it meant to them. And the team now getting to 500 is just starting to build and really believe in themselves.
Yeah, bright days are here right now, and the Pirates are putting up some very good numbers lately. They've not been at 500 this late in the season since they played just down the road at Three Rivers Stadium.
Well, I know that it's still early in the year, relatively speaking, and 500 at this time doesn't mean a whole lot, but it's been so long that I think to our fans and really to the players, it does mean something to be, winning as many as you're losing at this point. And all it really is something to build on now.
Just a little bit of bad news in the game regarding Chris Snyder. We'll fill you in on that a little bit later on, but we're getting you set for the first pitch of the ball game as the Buccos try to sweep the Snakes here in Game 3. McCutchen with his game-ending home run in the bottom half of the 12th inning. That was the good news. But some bad news today as catcher Chris Snyder placed on the 15-day disabled list, a herniated disc in the lower back. He has elected to undergo surgery tomorrow at Allegheny General. AGH injury update was on display, trying to stretch a single to a double. Xavier Mady with the throw, and just an awkward slide. And he left the ball game, got into the dugout, did not feel very well. The grimacing began. And the back issue much more serious than originally thought. So Wyatt Torregas has been called up. He was called by AAA manager Dean Traynor last night. And when the new catcher answered the phone, AAA manager said, "Bed check." He said, "I'm in, Skip." He said, "We have a 10:30 game tomorrow." He goes, "Yeah, you're not playing in it. You're going to Pittsburgh." So Torregas here backing up Dusty Brown. Jeff Karsten's set to deliver the first pitch of the ball game to Chris Young. And Young swings and hits it to center field. And one pitch. And he won away quickly. Nice start. Let's take a look at Kirk Gibson's Arizona Diamondbacks starting lineup. Kelly Johnson walking to the plate right now. Upton in the third spot. Drew in the cleanup area. Xavier Mady at first base tonight. Montero behind the plate. Moore. Parra back in left field. And Josh Colmenter, the rookie pitcher, batting ninth against Jeff Karsten.
Take a look at Jeff's numbers on the season. All of them very, very good. He's done a great job. Stepped up when we really needed somebody with the injury to Ohlendorf. And you couldn't have hoped for more out of Karsten's.
Strike call to Kelly Johnson.
And he grabbed an opportunity for himself, too. It helped us out a lot as a team. It helped the Pirates out. But also, you know, Jeff, if he hadn't pitched well, he would have been in there for a couple of starts, and then they would have found somebody else. But the window was open, and he went right through. Window of opportunity, and now he's solidified himself in that rotation.
Missed inside. Karsten's last night actually took a trip out to the bullpen.
It was going to come to that.
Glenn Hurdle got low on bullets last night. Had to ask Jeff to go out to the pen and back up Daniel McCutchen. But today, the manager came clean and said he sent him out there as a decoy. He said no matter what, Daniel McCutchen was finishing that game. 3-2 tap foul. But we've seen Karsten's have bullpen duty,
and we've
while he's been in the rotation.
Yeah, we've also seen Clint Hurdle go to a starter. Rod Correa out of the pen this year once.
Johnson popped up. Cedeno will call off Josh Harrison. 2 down. Let's take a look at tonight's Hyundai inside the pitch on Jeff Karsten.
Well, he's no wild man. He has been doing nothing but throwing strikes this year. Just incredible. Only 2 games has he walked more than one. That is awesome. And you know, think back to that. I think it was his second game as a Pirate back in '08. He definitely was a snake charmer that evening. He took a perfect game into the 8th inning, ended up getting a 2-hit shutout. He was awesome on that night against those guys, the Snakes.
Let's not forget the pitcher on the other side, Randy Johnson, and Karsten's went 2 for 3 at the plate against him. 1-0 pitch to the gap, and coming over to cut it off, Xavier Paul. He has to play it off the wall, and in with a 2-out double is Justin Upton, his 14th 2-bagger. Double for the Diamondbacks.
He is quite an athlete, and that ball right down the middle. But you know, once Upton finds any kind of a gap in that outfield, it's no problem for him to get to second base.
Upton in at second base. Diamondbacks with a runner in scoring position. Karsten stretch and a pitch to Stephen Drew. It's a ground ball towards second base. Neil Walker throws him out. And the Diamondbacks get a hit. Strand one, and Jeff Karsten's through a half inning. No score at PNC Park.
BoardAndBarrel.com. Definitely worth the click. And by Sonic, America's Drive-In. It's new, it's better. It's the new Sonic Good. Let's go Bucks.
Jeff Karstens gives up the double, but that's it. Got a ground ball, 2 flyouts. And Jeff hopes to have to go deep tonight against this Diamondbacks lineup. For the Pirates, their lineup brought to you by Toyota. Tom of the back of the top had 4 hits last night. Paul McCutchen, Walker, Overbay. Ronnie Cedeno moves up to the 6th hole tonight. Josh Harris and Dusty Brown. And Jeff Karstens batting 9th against 25-year-old right-hander Josh Colementor.
Colementor's numbers are something to really be proud of. Look at the whip, walks and hits per innings pitched. .67. He's not doing a lot of pitching out of the stretch, that's for sure.
First pitch to Jose is a strike. As Jose steps to the plate on the 1-year anniversary of his major league call-up. Remember, it was in Washington. It's the Nationals. This pitch fouled back. We'll take you back. Turn back the clock. June 9th, 2010. Nationals Park had a pair of hits in his debut. Stolen base, a walk, he scored a run. Got to keep that baseball. Jose strikes out to start the ball game tonight.
Take a look at the strike 3 pitch in our strike zone presented by Range Resources. Perfect spot right down at the knees. Changeup, I think.
He's got a devastating changeup with that extreme overhand delivery. One interesting number on Colementor this year through his 5 starts. The opposition now 0-16 against him in the first inning. He has not given up a hit in the first inning of any of his starts. Xavier Paul hoping to change that with 1 out.
It really leans back as he comes through with his delivery.
What can that do in terms of deception? Does that
not too many people throw like that, so it takes a while for them to get used to it. When they're looking out there trying to pick up the ball, Lincecum maybe a guy that comes to mind, but you just don't see it very often.
Johnson throws out Paul, and there are 2 down in the bottom of the first. Andrew McCutchen getting set to walk to the plate.
Center fielder number 22, Andrew McCutchen.
Barrel Automotive League leader stat. Highest average in June, McCutchen. 517. Aaron Miles behind him with the Dodgers. Daniel Murphy of the Mets.
Got hot in June, and
so
Kutch.
Xavier Paul 4th on that list. The Pirates with 2 of the top 5. The top average in June in the National League.
And no surprise, the offense starting to come around of late. Guys are heating up.
Zach Duke last night, he and Paul Maholm pitched to a draw. Even though he gave up some hits early, and Paul didn't. Paul gave up only 1 hit over 6 innings of work last night. But Duke gave up a few, but not a lot of runs. Just 1. 3-1 now to Andrew McCutchen. Hanrahan came in, shut him down in the 9th inning last night.
And Joel, being the closer, he doesn't go out to the bullpen until later in the game. Hangs out in the dugout.
Well, base runner here with 2 outs. Day Automotive key matchups of the day.
Our key matchups of the day, you see that Drew and Nady, a couple of guys that have had some success. And Walker against right-handers, 7 home runs, 34 of his RBIs. Be a nice 2-out RBI to grab here.
Thanks to our friends at Day Automotive. They're going to make your day for the key matchups of the day. Colementor delivering to Neil Walker. ball and no strikes. Walker got it done when it counted last night. After the Diamondbacks had taken a lead in the top of the 10th inning, Walker came back with 1 out in the bottom of the 10th after McCutchen had hit a double, and then drove him in to tie the game and force more extra innings. He's all Major League second baseman with 40 runs batted in. He is on a very good pace as far as RBIs are concerned. Stretched by Cole Mentor, and on the pitch inside, a fastball. His fastball is not going to be overpowering. It's going to be between 86 and 90, maybe 91. Good pitch, but it's that overhand delivery that gives him an advantage. Throws kind of on a downhill plane, and asking some of the Diamondbacks folks about him, get a scouting report. Say, does the ball cut? Does it move? I said, no, just a little bit of natural movement, but for whatever reason, a lot of hitters haven't been able to square him up.
It probably has a lot to do with that changeup of his. I mean, that's the key deal, is to destroy timing.
Manager Kirk Gibson. He had to miss Tuesday night's game 1 of the series, suspended a game for a beanball incident that happened in Arizona on Sunday. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Walker. Let's see this pitch.
Yeah, good location for it upstairs. In fact, it was out of the strike zone upstairs. Walker couldn't lay off.
McCutchen will get his lead from first base here. Cole Mentor is signed from Montero. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. We'll wait as the throw goes to first. Two. That's high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now McCutchen will be running. Well, Overbay started the game last night with a double. Ended the game 2 nights ago with a double. His bat's starting to go. His defense has been good lately too. 3-2. McCutchen takes off, and there is a base hit to center field. McCutchen, he's going to get waved. Well, now he's held up by Nick Leyva. Leyva had the windmill going for just a bit, then he put the stop sign up. And that is the first hit given up by Josh Cole Mentor in the first inning of any of his starts this year.
You can see he was way out in front of that changeup. It came off the head of the bat, so it had nothing on it when it got to the outfield. And that's why the opportunity to maybe score on a single was there. McCutchen off with the pitch, and then you have Chris Young having to come a long ways toward the infield to pick that ball up as it was rolling to a stop. And Leyva, for a second with 2 outs, he was thinking about sending him.
It'll be up to Lyle Overbay to get him in now. 25 runs batted in for the Pirate first baseman. Overbay in the 11th inning started a key 3-6-3 inning-ending double play. Very good defensive play. A game saver at that time, perhaps. A man on third and less than 2 outs. Everybody back with 2 down. Outfield straight up. 0-1. It's 0-2. Lefties are hitting 181 against Cole Mentor.
Looks like everybody that goes up there is very concerned with that changeup. And even at 87, his fastball almost looks overpowering. Nobody's really getting to it.
0-2, swing and a miss.
88 right by him.
Pirates leave 2 men on in the bottom of the first inning. 11 games with Indianapolis, 34 average. Struggled with the bat a little bit. One hit was a double. Has some big league time with the Cleveland Indians. A couple of seasons ago, where he hit 176 in 19 games. Xavier Nady takes a strike. And if you're wondering about Jason Jaramillo, well, he's still on the disabled list. And as we understand, his rehab is continuing in Bradenton, Florida, at Pirate City. And it's still probably as many as 2 weeks away for Jason Jaramillo. Probably 3 to 5 weeks, somewhere in there. Just my estimation on Ryan Domit. Talked to Ryan the other day. He can ride the bike and do some cardio type things. There goes Nady down on strikes. First punch out for Jeff Karstens. In case you missed it, Ryan Domit, you know, he's on the disabled list. Chris Snyder today placed on the disabled list. He'll have surgery tomorrow at Allegheny General for a herniated disc. You know, an elbow injury in the minor league, so he is out.
There's 32 RBIs between those two guys that were getting out of the catcher's spot. Besides the calling of the game stuff, 32 RBIs from the catcher's position.
Right.
That's not too bad. You know, what are we talking about? Maybe getting 90 RBIs out of that spot.
On the right field line, that's going to drop in. Miguel Montero into second base with a double.
So it affects the pitching staff that's been doing very good. And then also there's a situation with the offense. You lose their RBI bats. Take a look at the strike zone. Presented by Range Resources. You see that ball was up and out over the plate. It's not where you normally like to throw it. I'm sure Karstens wish he had that one back.
Xavier Paul getting that one in as quickly as possible.
He's got that good arm. Love to watch him throw. Get back to the infield with something on it.
Third baseman Melvin Mora takes high, ball one. Mora is hitting .243. Last night he started and hit in the 2 spot in the order. And he lifts this one to left field. Jose Tabata's got a beat on it. He'll make the catch. Montero not going anywhere. 2 gone on the top of the second. Jose, a 4-hit night last night. Second time he's had a 4-hit game this season. Had one back on the 15th of April in Cincinnati against the Reds.
Yeah, it seems like the entire offense is starting to come through just a little bit at a time. They're gonna
walk
put him
Parra
on, yeah,
to get to the pitcher Colementor, who's on deck. So they're content to get rid of Gerardo Parra here with a man in scoring position. Pitch to the opposition pitcher. Talking about the depth at catcher. Got a call from a former Bucco catcher today. Said he's bringing his glove up here this weekend. Michael Valier. He said, "You think they need me?" I said, "I don't know, Mike." 20 years ago, yeah.
He'll be the guest bartender, right?
That's right. Tomorrow night. I think it's tomorrow night. Yeah, he'll be in the Hall of Fame club.
Believe me, he'll be more comfortable guest bartending than he will be behind the plate.
Pirates Charities auction going on in the Trib Total Media Hall of Fame club, along with Root Sports. All kinds of great things up for auction. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on, and then whatever Bob makes up. You got anything already in line?
No, that's all off the cuff.
On the fly?
Yeah.
Ball 1 to Josh Colementor. 2 on, 2 out for the Diamondbacks. Top of second, Jeff Karstens pitching to his opposite number. Strike, foul back. It's funny, whenever I talk to you, you get good stories about Spanky. When I talk to him, he's got good stories about you.
Yeah, mine are true.
So far, you've been able to corroborate his. He's been on the money. But eventually, I'm sure there'll be some augmentations.
He's not telling you the good ones.
Here's a 2-1 coming from Karstens to Colementor. There's a strike. Another sweltering day here in the Berg. 2-2. Here's a ground ball to Walker. He will take care of Colementor. And the Snakes strand 2.
Inside of it, rightfully so. We respect that. We honor that. I think they've channeled their energy very well. They know what this is all about. We've yin and yang this thing for 2 weeks now. Oh, we're up, we're close. Oh, they lost. Oh, it's the pressure of being 500. I hear in the stands, don't fear 500. I heard some guy screaming at me last night. I'm like, dude, we're throwing everything we got out there. What do you mean, don't fear 500? I got nobody left. Again.
Ah, yes, the animated Clint Hurdle. Fans really starting to believe this and what is happening around this Pirates team. Believe in now.
Got some nice signatures.
The prevailing attitude from fans and just talking to folks over the last several days and the last week or so is that there is such a different feel around this ball club than past ball clubs that they don't think there's going to be that fall down into the tank. They think that this thing's going to keep going.
Well, I would imagine that comes from the reason the team's played so well, even though we have hit better of late. The big reason is the starting pitching. That's why we've done so well. The bullpen has also been a pretty good contributor, but mainly it's the starters that we've been throwing out there every 5 days. Well, actually every night, every fifth day something different, but it just makes all the difference in the world to the fan, thinking, hey, so-and-so's pitching tonight. No matter who so-and-so might be, the 5 guys, we got a good chance to win. That's what I'm hearing.
Cedeno flies to center, and here is Josh Harrison batting with one on. And again, the one thing that Clint Hurdle talks about and the players talk about is they say, yeah, 500 is nice. It's just a benchmark for them. And a nice looking bunt. It'll go foul. Harrison trying to surprise Melvin Moore. And Clint, talked about the fact he respects it and he understands what it means to the fans around here to be at 500. But the goal is to be better than 500. But you got to get 500 first before you can be better. And look at the spin on the AGH can with that baseball.
The spinning top, and that spin just curled it over in foul territory.
Josh Harrison, 0-1 the count. Starting again at third base tonight. Time is called. Cole Mentor out of Central Michigan University. Got strike 2 on Harrison. Calling the balls and strikes tonight, Jerry Meals. Dale Scott is at first base. He's the crew chief. Dan Iasonia back a second, and over third base, C.B. Bucknor. 0-2 to Harrison. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In 2007, Cole Mentor was the Mid-American Conference Pitcher of the Year while pitching for the Chippewas. Had 24 wins there, and he has a school record 288 strikeouts.
He throws an awful lot of fastballs. I think that talking about fearing things, we should not fear that changeup. From what I see, everybody's going to get at least a couple of fastballs to hit. And there's a changeup, but Harrison has seen way more heaters. Everybody has. Here comes another changeup.
77% fastball. Off speed that time and fooled Harrison, and he strikes out. And there are 2 out here in the second. Third strikeout for Cole Mentor.
Just out in front of that changeup. The thing that you got to make sure you do, though, if you are going to sit up there and camp on fastball, is make sure you get a strike. Don't go chasing it upstairs or chasing it in on your hands just because, well, there it is, I guessed right. You got to still make sure he throws strikes with it.
Dusty Brown to right field. Justin Upton gets underneath it. And the Pirates go in order in the second. We are on to the third. Scoreless in Pittsburgh.
Earlier today, former Pittsburgh Pirate Sean Casey said something happened that was a dream come true that was 5 years in the making, and that would be the groundbreaking of Miracle League Field located in Upper St. Clair. This was a project started between his foundation, Casey's Club, and Pirates Charities. He said at the end of the day, you build the field for the kids so they can enjoy the game, and it adds to the whole community. Now, guys, Sean Casey will still be in town for a few more days, because he will be joining us tomorrow for the Root Sports auction. And Bob, I hear you throw a couple extras into some of those things that get bid for, so I'm kind of excited to see that.
I'll come up with something. I kind of like to see if there's something that might not be going the way I want it to go, and I have to sweeten the pot a little bit. Got to play everything by ear.
Completely impromptu. Yeah, nice groundbreaking today. Of course, our partner Greg Brown was there. Pirates chairman Bob Nutting on hand, and Steve Blass was there, and even Joel Hanrahan, who pitched in the 9th inning last night. The parrot made an appearance. He flew in for a cameo. Takes up a lot of room in that seat. Chris Young, a base hit to left field. Leadoff single here in the 3rd. And now 1 for 2.
See the location. Take a look at the strike zone. Presented by Range Resources. Not a bad pitch. Outside corner. Young actually out in front of it a little and had the reach. And just barely hooked that ball.
Kelly Johnson hit into his first double play of the year last night, and it was at a bad time for the Diamondbacks. A great time for the Pirates. Top of the 11th inning. And it ended the inning.
Yeah, Daniel McCutcheon maybe made the pitch of the game there. The situation being what it was, he's never hit into a double play. Jammed the heck of him, and he got jammed so bad he got a bad break coming out of the box. He was slowed him down more, made it an easy double play.
3-6-3. Overbay with a nice catch and throw. Cedeno, good return. Incidentally, Ronnie Cedeno, some mean shortstop. 43 straight games without an error. 44 overall, because he had one start at second base in there. He wants to keep that going. 1 ball and 1 strike. That 44-game streak is the longest by a Pirate shortstop since Jay Bell in 1996, went 46 straight without an error. Says he likes the way Ronnie's making all the routine plays too. He's got the second best fielding percentage of any shortstop in the National League. Well, Kelly Johnson, 1 ball and 1 strike. Chris Young off of first, nobody out. Blocked by Dusty Brown. Dusty Brown looks like he's going to be the man behind the plate for a little while.
Nice job shifting out there very quickly on that breaking ball. And Dusty, not a lot of big league time, that's for sure, but now he's got an opportunity. Talked earlier about how Karstens was able to grab his opportunity and really do a great job with it, run with it, solidify his position in our starting rotation. Well, Brown can do that too now. Gotta believe that he'll be back there for quite a while. What'd you say? At least 2 weeks on Jaramillo, 3 to 5 on Doman.
That's if the Pirates don't make some sort of move to get a catcher, and Clint Hurdle did say today in his press briefing that there has been conversation about that. They're considering all options at this point. Two lifted up in the air to right field. 1 away.
Let's take a look at Daniel McCutcheon's night last night. It really was a big part of the ball game. He had first and third, nobody out. Look at that strike 3 pitch. And that's the ball that I was talking about. He get that fastball in, and look how easy the double play was turned. That was a big time pitching in an absolutely crucial spot.
He's got reason to be in a good mood.
And if I remember right, the situation came about not because they centered a couple balls off. They had a couple bloopers in a row that got them to first and third. But he just kept fighting away and worked his way out of it.
McCutchen would only be available tonight to pitch in an emergency situation. Daniel Moscas, same thing. Other than that, everybody else is available out of the bullpen. So if you get in a situation late in the game and might need another lefty, well, Moscas probably not available tonight. Strike is called to Justin Upton. Sometimes people watching a game say, hey, why isn't he going to this guy? Why is that guy warming up? Well, certain guys aren't available on certain nights because they may have pitched too many innings consecutively, too many days in a row. Ground ball toward third. Harrison goes to second for one. Walker the turn, double play. Neil Walker with a pivot in the middle. Good footwork. And the double play started by Josh Harrison. And the Pirates coming to the plate at the bottom of the third.
Play again. The location on the pitch, down and away. Actually, just kind of down the middle, but down is the key word. Harrison, look at the feed. Perfect. Right there at the letters. That's exactly what Walker needs to make that good turn. He doesn't have much time on a 5-4-3 double play. It's got to be a good feed for him. Harrison looks very comfortable either spot, second base or third base. Doesn't seem to matter to him. He handles both positions fairly well.
Jeff Karsten's 2 out of 18. He's got a strike on him, 2-1. Josh Colmenter delivers. Strike 2. And a 2-2 pitch. And Karstens rolls it toward the right side. Kelly Johnson will throw out Karstens one away. So one down now in the bottom of the third.
I've seen a lot of left-handers over the years pitch with this kind of style, but it's unusual, I think, for me anyway, to see a right-hander.
It is definitely an extreme overhand delivery.
Well, some of the right-handers that I have seen that are fastball changeup guys, usually their fastball is kind of an overpowering type pitch, 93, 95, up in that range. All the fastball changeup guys that throw 87 mile an hour that come to my mind, they're all lefties.
Justin Upton had to go get whatever that was, a cup, I guess, that had landed on the field. You want to talk about lefties who will go overhand? We're going back to Warren Spahn of the Boston and Milwaukee Braves. A big high leg kick and a very overhand delivery. Went to the Hall of Fame in the early 70s.
Spawn insane and pray for rain.
Right. And then they'd hope for a day off and 2 days more of rain after Spawn and Sane. Johnny Sane.
I had him as a pitching coach. He worshipped Warren Spahn. He always was talking about the different aspects of Spahn's game as a pitcher. And Spahn really, I think, pretty well known for what I was talking about before about breaking down the hitter's timing. To him, that was all what pitching was.
Said it's all about timing, and pitching is all about disrupting the timing. Warren Spahn talked about that pretty often. You ever read up anything on Spahn? That's one of the quotes you'll find time and time again. 3-2 on Jose Tabata. Up, down, side to side. And he walked him. And the Buccos with a base runner in the third. First time around the lineup for Cole Mentor, he's been very, very good. That's been his calling card early in his big league career and throughout the minor leagues, moving his way up to the majors this year. But the book on him is second, third time around, guys will tend to get to him once they figure out that overhand delivery.
That's part of the problem of being a two-pitch guy. You see a lot of two-pitch relievers, but most of your starting pitchers, not all of them, there's exceptions to everything, but most starting pitchers have 3, 4, sometimes 5 different pitches that they can throw, so they can handle those situations, multiple at bats with the same guy.
Primarily fastball change, and maybe as often as Haley's Comet, he'll throw a curveball.
You see Morton kind of evolving a little bit, starting the season with 2 pitches, and now he's mixing in a little bit of a cutter. He's got that little split finger changeup he's starting to throw quite a bit now. And you have to have a little deeper toolbox as a starting pitcher.
I remember a quote from the Philadelphia series after he struck out Ben Francisco looking on a curveball. The paper the next day, Francisco said, "I forgot he had one of those." Step off and Tabata at first. Now, Tabata early in the game last night was at second base with McCutchen at first, and he broke on a fastball to third base and was thrown out. And that was just a youthful mistake by Tabata, who went on his own. He does have the green light. Glenn Hurdle said today that it was his fault because he has to remember sometimes he needs to put up a stop sign. They have really a don't go sign as opposed to a go sign for Tabata and McCutchen, guys like that. Backed him out of the way. 2 balls, no strikes to Xavier Paul.
So far, I don't think this is all that uncommon. The fastball on the hands. He's tried to do that to hitters from both sides of the plate.
One out and one on for the Pirates, bottom of the third. 2-0 to Paul. Takes a strike.
Stood him up, and then it goes outside. It's the call out there. Look at the difference between the number 2 pitch and number 3 over in the strike zone. In and out, up and down.
Foul out of play. Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Xavier Paul is hit safely in 5 of his last 7 games. Hitting .409 over that time. 9 out of 22. A week ago in New York, had a career high 4 hits. Scored 3 times, stole 2 bases against the Mets. Mets come in here tomorrow for the first of a 4-game set. Wraps around the weekend. Finishes up on Monday night. Slapper down to the shortstop, Drew. He flips to Johnson for 1. Back to first. Safe is Xavier Paul. Good hustle down the line. And he avoids the double play.
You know, ball wasn't hit very hard, but then again, it was right out by second base. Now, this should have been a double play. I think there was much on that throw. Mix that together with Paul's speed, and that was the reason.
Paul at first base and Andrew McCutchen at the plate. There goes Paul. He takes off, swing and a miss, throw down, and Xavier Paul is safe. Stolen base for the Pirate right fielder. That is going to be his 7th.
One thing we've seen definitely from Paul, he's not shy about running. He gets that green light, he's going to take off. And with 2 outs, this is a huge play. With 2 outs, you don't have a time to build a big inning. You're just going to play for 1 run. Try to get somebody in scoring position, knock them in with a single. And that's what they have right now.
Strike on the inside part of the plate that time.
In and out, up and down. Watch the strike zone. Right on the inside corner.
Oh, 2 is high. Ball and 2 strikes to McCutchen. He's hitting .333 in 35 games since his average dropped to .202 back on the 28th of April. He was just above the Mendoza line, but he has been very hot since. Count is even. Interesting thing about McCutchen driving in runs, he also scores runs. He's scored 5 times over the last couple of nights. He's 2nd in the major leagues with 9 runs scored here in the month of June. Two delivery from Colementor coming. Now the count full. McCutchen walked in the first inning. Pitch away from doing the same. He'd prefer to drive in a run. Xavier Paul reaching on a fielder's choice, stealing 2nd. Sits in scoring position.
Coleman thought he had him set up for that changeup, but he just couldn't get it close enough to the strike zone.
Last time he had a full count, he hit it out in the 12th inning. 3-2. And he bangs one to left field. Will it drop? A shoestring catch by Gerardo Parra on a ball that had some topspin. Still scoreless after 3 innings.
Ball on Root Sports is sponsored by Toyota. Buy right the first time and save more. Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT&T. Let's go Bucks!
Let's take a look at tonight's AT&T Mobility trivia question. Who holds the Pirates' single-season record for walk-off home runs? Well, McCutchen had one late in 2009 and one so far this year, but that's not a single season, so I don't think one's going to do it. Stephen Drew.
Well, you think it would be somebody like a Stargell or a Kiner, somebody that hit a ton of home runs. Got a better chance of hitting walk-offs that way.
1-2, roll to the right side. Overbay. Flip it on to Karsten's covering. One down. You can follow the Pirates with MLB.com at Bat 11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. Nady struck out his first time up. And strike one to him already. Nothing in one. So one out in the fourth as Drew grounds out to first base. Nady hitting .267 after his first at bat. One ball and one strike. Xavier Nady of the University of California. 1-2. What a nice night here on the North Shore, looking over toward downtown.
And a great homestand.
So far, it's been terrific. 1-2. Up in the air to center. And McCutchen with a can of corn. Two down. Talking about this homestand, lots of good stuff. Let's take a look at tonight's text poll question. What has been your favorite part of the Buccos homestand so far? Text your choice 1, 2, 3, or 4 to 412 412. Text 1 for Tabota's walk-off win on the 12th Friday night against Philadelphia. Text 2 for the largest crowd in PNC history Saturday night. Text 3 for the series win against the National League best Phillies, or 4 for last night's game-ending McCutchen home run in the 12th. Text your choice 1, 2, 3, or 4 to 412 412. Ground ball to Overbay. He'll handle it. Miguel Montero is out. And Jeff Karstens doing a good job so far, and the early results show Andrew McCutchen in front. We'll continue to track your favorite moment of the homestand. PNC Park. Take a look at our AT&T Mobility trivia question. Who holds the Pirates' single-season record for walk-off home runs?
I'm going to say Stargell, since he hit so many of them. I mean, the odds are that.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah.
Craig Wilson had 2 in 2004. Mark Smith also with 2 in 1997.
I wonder if that means just since they've been calling them walk-off home runs.
Game enders. Game ending. You know, it's funny because, you know, you talk to people over a long period of time. This has been I guess in terms of baseball years, a relatively new term. And as Walker pops up to left, the first out of the 4th inning. And there are certain people who like their baseball a certain way. They like RBI instead of RBIs. They like game-ending home run instead of walk-off home run. And some people like ketchup, some people like mustard too. So there you go.
It's still crazy though that 2 is the record. How many home runs does Stargell have?
That one's belted to right field. That's going off the wall, and Overbay will have to stop at first with a loud single.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice defensive play, getting that one in immediately.
Oh, Lyle hit it too hard.
Yep.
You can never really hit it too hard, but he hit it too hard here.
You never know what kind of bounce you're going to get off that fence. You could hit a lot of different things out there. Go left, right, come off hard, just hit a soft spot, lay right there. That is a tough fence to play.
Ronnie Cedeno fly to center field. In the 2nd inning. Takes low and in. 3 out of 10 in the series.
Oh, where Ronnie's hitting in the lineup tonight.
He's moved all the way up to number 6.
Yeah.
Pirates have been comfortable with him in that 8 spot. Hit the 7 spot a few times. But with Paul in the lineup hitting 2nd, your top of the Paul McCutchen, great speed at the top of the order. And then Harrison, who's new still, hitting in the 7th spot. Brown, the catcher, 8th, and then Cedeno moved out of the 8th spot into 6th tonight. Tried to go the other way and fouled it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2. Again foul. This one a little farther down the right side. Ronnie changed his number this year, remember. Last year he wore number 13, and when Clint Hurdle got the job, Ronnie's smart enough to realize that that's been Clint's number for a long time. And so he was proactive about it. He called Pirates equipment man Scott Bonnet and said, hey, I need a new number. How about 5?
Yeah, that was a wise move.
So I know the skipper's going to want 13.
And that's not all that easy for a lot of the Latin shortstops. I mean, that is the number to wear if you're a Latin shortstop, and quite tough for him to give up. Five it is. Single digits always look nice on a middle infielder, though.
Nice and clean, tidy.
Yep.
Cinco. Just simple and clean, 1 number. Still making contact here and staying alive. And that one's not so clean for an infielder, 62.
I wonder how long he'll keep that.
Well, he's just happy to have a number, period, being in the big leagues now for the first time. But as you all know, when you start moving up and gain
feel
some
like
status,
you're established, you like to get something a little lower than that. That's 62. That's usually a number that's handed out in spring training.
That one is upstairs. So the count full.
I've seen guys that hold on to them though. The big numbers, just saying, hey, that was my first one and I'm keeping it.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Overbay at first. Colementer's pitch. Overbay takes off, and Cedeno, foul ball, trying to hit behind the runner. We saw Dusty Brown trying to hit behind the runner in a situation last night in the 4th inning with Diaz at first base, and he hit behind the runner all right, but hit it right in the glove of first baseman Juan Miranda, who then stepped on first for a double play. That's one of the risks you take with that, but Cedeno awaiting the 10th pitch of this at bat. And Josh Colementer will deliver the payoff. Overbay on the move, and it's popped up. On the infield, first baseman Nady with the catch. Root Sports is joining Pirates Charities for a live auction tomorrow night at 6:30. Bid on great items like a PNC Park VIP experience, which includes limo service to and from a game. Visit rootsports.com today for a complete list of auction items. There is the bar up in the Trib Total Media Hall of Fame Club. Tomorrow night, the guest bartender will be Spanky Mike LaValliere. Sean Casey, who was at the Miracle League groundbreaking this morning, will be up there as well tomorrow. The mayor.
I was thinking about that 3-2 count where they had Overbay running both times with Ronnie up there. Last year, I don't think you would run anybody on a 3-2 count with Ronnie because he was so strikeout prone. And that shows the way he has changed as a hitter.
Harrison deep to left field. Parra on the track makes the catch. Josh Harrison put a charge into it. That's a deep left field. Still scoreless heading to the 5th. Sports. These are some of the items that are up for auction. A Clint Hurdle Clinic, a 1-hour instruction for a Little League team. What a Chicago road trip for 2 in September. See the Buccos taking on the Cubs at Wrigley Field. PNC Park experience. And go down that list a little bit. Softball game at PNC Park for 30 people plus a picnic. That's always great too. And don't forget item number 6, a 2012 spring training trip. Bid on that. You're going to want to go. Winter can end early for you.
Yeah, that's about the time that you're really getting tired of being cold. Get out of town in March.
Melvin Mora leads off the top half of the 5th. 1 ball and 1 strike to the third baseman.
I kind of like that number 4 too. I mean, that's going to get some interest. Star in a Root Sports commercial.
Yeah. Who knows? You could get discovered. Strike and a breaking ball. 1 and 2. Maybe one of those guys. When he's finished eating, he can star in the commercial. Look like pepperoni on that. Swinging strike 3 and Mora down on strikes. Second strikeout for Karstens.
Continuing to get great starting pitching, aren't we? Karstens in the 5th inning now, still hasn't given up a run. With a little cluster down and away in the strike zone. Gets him to chase. That one's shoe top high. No more.
Gerardo Parra takes one on the outside corner. Think about the last outing, though, that Karstens had, going toe-to-toe with Cole Hamels of the Phillies. Hamels throws a 1-hitter through 8 before he's lifted. And Karstens' next pitch is low. And Karstens, after giving up 1 hit to Jimmy Rollins to start the game, retired 13 straight after that. Hamels had retired 11 straight at one point, but Karstens was outstanding, giving up just 4 hits and 1 earned run. And the Pirates would end up winning that game 2-1 in 12. Did what he wanted to do, just hung around, did what he was supposed to do to give his team a chance to win. And a bunt goes foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The other thing tonight, Bob, Jeff really wants to be a good teammate and give the bullpen a rest after last night. He'd like to go deep.
And that really hasn't been, I mean, he's pitched extremely well, but that hasn't been his strong suit. You know, getting past, 75 pitchers or so. They've kept him on a little bit of a short leash this year when it comes to that pitch count. And hopefully that is starting to change.
3-2 to Parra. And this one to right field. Right at Xavier Paul. 2 down. If you've got a question for us, now's the time to ask it. Grab your cell phone and text the keyword booth, followed by your question and name to 412-412. We may answer it on the air. We will ask Bob the question of the game a little later on in the broadcast. 412-412. See, they're starting already, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you'll have another good question thrown at you.
I tell you, it's going to be really interesting for me to watch these next couple weeks and see how the starting rotation responds to not having Domit or Snyder back there. What will it be like for them? It'll be a test.
Well, Brown and Torriegas caught a lot of innings in spring training because Snyder was down for a while. Domit was down for a while. You see Torriegas sitting next to tomorrow night's starter, Charlie Morton. And the ground ball slowly hit to Cedeno. Cole Mentor is out, and Karstens gets the D-backs 1-2-3 in the 5th.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is sponsored by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Looks like a lot of fun to head down the incline. Look across the Allegheny from PNC Park. Down to the bottom of the fifth. Bob Walken, Lacey Collins, I'm Tim Neverett. Pirates and Diamondbacks scoreless. Carson's doing a pretty good job on the hill. And Dusty Brown trying to get a base hit. He's 0 for 1.
Dusty's doing a good job on defense tonight, calling this game. And Carson's obviously clicking tonight.
Brown spent a decade with the Boston Red Sox organization. Bob's first one backing out of play.
And those catchers, they're so important as far as running the game. They control everything. That's one of the reasons why you see so many catchers as managers after they retire. They just kind of gravitate toward that direction.
Dutchess heading into the Clemente Bridge.
Beautiful sight.
1-2 to Brown. One-two is ripped down to third base, bouncing off of Melvin Mora, up and throwing, and in time to get Brown. Searage, pitching coach. Lacey Collins had a chance to catch up with Ray earlier.
I spoke to Ray Searage just before the game, and I was asking him what it was like losing Chris Snyder, and he said, you know what, I'm not going to take it as a threat. We're going to take it as a challenge. Don't be cute. Don't try to do too much, but just go out there and be smart. And so far, it looks like the battery mate of Jeff Carson's and Dusty Brown is doing it tonight.
Yeah, he's got to. He's got to. And Ray's approach, keeping it simple, so far has been working.
It's a real good match tonight too with Carson's. Carson's, I think, he's got things pretty well figured out himself as far as how he wants to pitch a game and where he needs to be throwing a certain pitch at a certain time. Some pitchers are a little bit different. They got to be really hands-on with them. But I think Carson's is one of those guys that knows what he's doing out there. Not that he doesn't appreciate having a catcher that's on the same page as he is. That always makes it a little simpler. But some pitchers, I mean, they won't ever shake no. Whatever it is, you put down there throwing it.
1-2 to Jeff.
Let's see why he doesn't throw that pitch very often.
Yeah. And a 1-2. Carstens looks at it low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Dusty Brown can come in handy when the Red Sox come in. He's familiar with those pitchers. Could be a good resource. He's caught them all.
They control a lot of aspects of the game. They can move the infielders a little bit. They see something out of whack out there that bring it to the attention of the bench. They're the ones that obviously all the pickoffs and the pitch outs, all that has to go through your catcher.
A long at bat for Carstens for a 2-2 count.
You know how I like cars.
I know.
If
you love cars.
If the team on the field is an engine,
yeah,
the catcher's the timing belt. He makes sure that the pistons don't hit the valves and all that stuff. He keeps everything in sync. And when you get a change, like the Pirates have back there, it sends a little shock through the whole system, and you got to wait and see how it's going to play itself out. And tonight, so far, so good.
Boy, Jeff Carstens can't miss the ball right now. Can't put it in play either.
Hey, that doesn't matter. I'd almost assume just stay up there and Foul a dozen off.
Well, he's working Josh Colmenter here as a result.
Throwing 82 pitches.
And this one
keep doing
fouled
it.
Off again.
Keep doing it. Listen, the fans are getting into this. They're liking all these pitches.
Pitch number 11.
Everybody likes to root for an underdog, and
sure.
I think everyone realizes that pitchers aren't up there because they're such good hitters.
The 2-2. And he finally got him to miss one.
That changeup.
And a nice round of applause for Jeff Karstens. The Bucks take on the New York Mets Friday, 7:05. It's Free Shirt Friday. All fans through the gates get a Pirates t-shirt courtesy of Bob Evans. Come to Federal Street before the game and enjoy live music and festivities during the Barrel Kia Block Party. And then visit pirates.com/Free Shirt Friday to get your tickets. Another Free Shirt Friday coming up tomorrow night. Pirates and Mets. And a strike delivered to Jose Tabata.
You know, every now and then I see a pitch that I think is a changeup from him. But then I see a little movement, and I think, did he just throw a little slider or something? But it is a changeup. It just, every now and then you see that little movement from it. But you can tell when he throws a curveball. You can tell by the radar gun. It's like 68.
Barely breaks the speed limit. 2-1 to Tabata. Fastball at 87. So adding and subtracting is what Colmenter's doing with his speeds. He doesn't have an overpowering fastball to work with, so he uses speed and timing to his advantage.
Well, that changeup makes his fastball play a lot quicker than the radar gun says it plays.
3-1 to Tabata. Chased it.
Just too far out in front. You can see the grimace on his face. He knows what happened.
Payoff pitch is hit through the hole on the left side. A base hit. Big turnaround first for Jose, and he'll settle for a 2-out single.
Went back to the fastball on him. Pulled it through that hole. I really didn't think Tabata would be pulling the ball after being so far out in front of that changeup, but he still got out in front of the fastball.
Pirates have had base runners on in every inning but the second when they went down 1-2-3. So Daniel Harrison and Brown went down in order, but every other inning they've had at least one man on.
He's going to want to run now.
Trying to get into scoring position with 2 outs. Xavier Paul 0 for 2.
And Paul did that earlier. Got out there with 2 outs. Quickly stole second, got himself in position for McCutchen.
Paul hitting .276 currently. Looking for his first hit of the series.
Arizona knows he wants to run. This is no secret. You're going to see the pickoff throw is going to be varying the time that he comes set. Might even see a pitch out. Again, just another example how the catcher is involved in just about everything that happens on that field.
Miguel Montero checking over in the first base dugout, looking at bench coach Alan Trammell, who's giving the signs for the running game. Ball low.
I thought Tabata was running there.
Good secondary
leaning. Looked like he got a little bit of a break, but just took a couple quick steps, and that was it. He's just kind of getting him measured, I think. Can't wait too long, though, because you have a hitter up there that he might take a strike for you, but he can't get too far in a hole, waiting for you to run.
Ball out of play for a strike, 1-1.
Paul wasn't taking a strike. Took a run at that one, obviously.
One and one. Xavier Paul has 1 career home run.
Came on the 15th of May in 09.
Those are the signs that are given that tell about the pickoff throws, the hold and step offs, the pitch outs. That's the kind of stuff you get from the bench. Not calling pitches.
I think so often fans come to a ballpark or they see on television a catcher looking over, and at the lower levels of baseball, you'll see that catcher look over and he's getting a pitch from the manager, the pitching coach, whatever. That's not the case here. It's just all about the running game. Now they're going to play the man at first base in this situation. And there goes Tabata, and Paul fouls it back. We'll look back to.
I think he heard the ball hit the bat. That's why he looked back. If he didn't hear that, I don't think he would have peeked.
No score here in the bottom of the 5th. 3 hits apiece. 2 outs, 1 on for the Pirates. Xavier Paul awaits the 2-2 pitch from Josh Kohlmetzer, 25-year-old right-hander out of Homer, Michigan. It's a tough name of a town for a pitcher to grow up in, huh? Homer?
I think his name's not Walk.
How much trouble did that give you?
Just made people notice who I was.
Still think the best name for a pitcher is Early Win.
Oh, that is excellent.
And the Reds have Homer Bailey. Full count now. Watch Tabata take off. Payoff pitch. Runner goes, and Paul blasts it foul down the right field side.
I think that was a changeup that got left inside. I don't think he wants to be thrown inside changeup. He wanted that ball somewhere other than there. Yeah, you can tell that wasn't where he wanted that. I just got to watch the catcher. You see Montero go to the backhand reaching in. That's because it was nowhere near where he was given the target. And Montero didn't see the signs once and again. They're going to throw a changeup.
Payoff pitch to Xavier Paul. Changeup, and he lifts it out of play down the right side.
2 in a row, not in a very good spot. Look where this changeup is. That's not a spot for something off speed.
Payoff to Paul once again. He fouls it back. Meantime, Jose Tabata getting his sprints in. And taking off from first, going to second base, and turning around and doing it all over again.
For an inning that not really having a whole lot happening, how many pitches has he had to throw?
28 so far.
There you go. That is a ton for an inning without a lot of action.
28 out of his 98.
Just a lot of foul balls.
Again, the 3-2 coming up. And Paul lifts it foul and out of play. Well, now Josh Kohlmetzer will throw his 100th pitch next.
Yeah, if nothing else tonight, he might be able to get into the bullpen early just on the pitch count. 100 pitches through 5 innings.
Clint Hurdle seeing if Tabata needs to stay hydrated on this warm night. I need to bring him some oxygen next. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Tabata takes off, and Paul rolls it to the right side. Nady with a nifty backhand. He will flip it on to Colementor, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, a man left. And a very exhausted Jose Tabata now looking for his glove.
Sixth inning, time to check out tonight's Coors Light Freeze Camp. And the Parrot always messing with people all over the place. Oh, look out, he's going to break the camera. No, he's not. It's going to snap back in his hand. Always a joker. That's the Coors Light Freeze Camp, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Pirate Parrot.
He's in the middle of everything.
He's the original foul ball.
That's a good point. We went down and visited his cage earlier. We did, before the game.
A lot of newspaper on the floor, I noticed.
Yeah, but it was clean.
Fresh newspaper. 1 ball and 1 strike. Karstens deals to Chris Young. That's outside low. It's kind of like the bat cave down there. No one really gets to go in.
I didn't know where it was until today.
It's very hard to find.
Yeah.
We just happened to stumble upon it. Down the left field line, that'll hook foul. Two-two. And right at Josh Harrison.
How about the difference between Karsten's pitch count at 66 now? Different games. Because you get outs like this, nice quick ones. But you never feel bad about an out like that, because there is no doubt you're going to get a blooper somewhere to make up for it. Never felt bad about giving up a hard out. Look at that.
That looks like a bad NBA score.
What's crazy is, yeah, real bad game. They're both, the numbers, no runs, 3 hits, no runs, 3 hits. But they've come to that through a different route, obviously.
To right field. Playable for Xavier Paul. Reaching for the wall. He leaps and makes the catch.
A nice job going out there and finding the wall. You see him reach out, actually touched it. reached out with his glove. When you're going to make that jump, it's very important that you know where you're at. There he's feeling for it, feeling for it. Well, maybe he never got to it.
It's a pretty wide warning track, so usually when you feel that under your feet, you see a guy reach back. This one's popped up on the infield. Cedeno will handle it, and that is
easy.
A very quick inning. Just 10 pitches for Jeff Karstens. Coors Light, cold, hard blast. 3-2 pitch, bottom of the 12th. Towering fly ball. Take me to the wall game, and it goes over. And McCutcheon, his 10th home run of the year. Second career walk-off winner. Pie in the face from Joel Hanrahan. Thank you very much. That's the cold, hard blast. Brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Our text poll question. Vote as many times as you want. Standard text rates might apply. Your favorite moment of the homestand so far?
Well, I like the series win against the Phillies. I like that a lot, but it's not really a moment. I like the whole thing. It was a great weekend to see all the Philly fans here and to send them home losers 2 out of 3. I really enjoyed that a lot. But I guess the moment that I like the best is what everybody's voting for, number 4.
42%.
That's the way I would go.
McCutcheon rolls one into right field, a base hit. Leadoff single now in the 6th inning.
I think Nady may have made the wrong decision there.
He got it off the end of the bat.
A little away from him. Put it the other way. Didn't hit it all that hard, that's for sure. Where is Nady in position? Nah, he wasn't going to get it. When I watched it live, I thought maybe he had a chance, but by the replay there, that was just perfectly placed in the hole. He was not going to get it. And he's coming out. He's got a shutout going, 4-hitter, but he has thrown way too many pitches.
From McCutcheon chases tonight's starter, Josh Colmenter. 102 pitches for Colmenter. And the Pirates now into the Diamondbacks bullpen. Walker talks about being the victim of a rookie prank. Plus, get the inside pitch on Garrett Cole, the Buccos' #1 draft pick. Catch it all inside Pirates baseball Saturday at 6 on Root Sports. Neil Walker batting with nobody out, and McCutchen the runner at first base. And now Joe Patterson, the left-hander, takes over. Patterson came in last night, pitched just a third of an inning.
That's kind of his MO. He's got a lot of appearances, but not very many innings pitched. Comes in, gets an out, maybe two, and is gone.
There's the 0-1. Big sweeping curveball. He delivers his fastball from a weird angle. And now Neil Walker asking second base umpire Dan Iasonia to change positions. He was in his line of sight. So Iasonia moves over to that side of second base. He was on the other side of it beforehand. 0-2 to Walker. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Neil with 40 runs batted in. He's got a hit tonight, 1 out of 2. Throw to first and McCutchen back. So Andrew representing the go-ahead run in a 0-0 game. Some decent games here with Arizona. Pirates had to come back in the 8th inning on Tuesday night to win it 8-5. Won it in 12 innings, 3-2 last night. Pirates are one of 4 teams yet to have a 3-game series sweep on the season. They've had a 2-game sweep in a 2-game series against Cincinnati in Cincinnati, but the Pirates, Cubs, Dodgers, and Padres have yet to have a 3-game sweep.
Well, they've been really good, back and forth team. There's not any long streaks one way or another, winning, losing, whatever.
Well, Clint Hurdle telling us yesterday or 2 days ago he believes in the meatloaf philosophy. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 will get you to the World Series.
Drew flips to Johnson. Nifty double play by the Arizona Diamondbacks. 2 down, nobody on. Stephen Drew took away the middle on Neil Walker here.
Real nice backhand flip. Again, that feed is so important to those second basemen. Look at that to Johnson. Chest high right out in front of him.
5th double play Walker has hit into this season. That's a little tougher on a left-handed hitter from this angle, you'd think. The left side through the wickets. An error on Melvin Mora. And the Pirates with a base runner with 2 down. That's a slap shot through the 5-hole right there.
That'll be it for Patterson. Yeah, nothing real tough about that ground ball. Wow, nothing tough at all. He just whiffed it. There was no bad hop. Nothing.
You don't see it often, but every once in a while you'll see it. And Overbay aboard with 2 down. Pitching change for the Diamondbacks. Music presents Sky Blast featuring Huey Lewis in the News live in concert Saturday after the Bucks battle the Mets at 7:05. Don't miss these American pop icons performing all of their biggest hits, including Hip to Be Square and Power of Love. While Zambelli Fireworks lights up the Pittsburgh skyline. Tickets going fast to get yours. Visit Pirates.com today. Iron City Music, Sky Blast with Huey Lewis and the News. We'll be rocking here at PNC Park Saturday night. Micah Owings. Interesting thing about Micah Owings, when he had games against the Diamondbacks in past years, they give you a list of the players and they give you a list of the extra hitters. He would be on that list. He's not on there this year.
Well, it's tough for him being a reliever to be an extra guy hitting. If you're a starting pitcher, that's a different story. You can do a lot of pinch hitting in between starts, but as a bullpen guy, it kind of takes you away from that.
1-2. He was used in pinch hitting situations often. There's even some thought of playing a position at some point in time because he hit so well.
It's like a 290 or something close to that lifetime hitter, almost 300.
Micah Owings, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ronnie Cedeno, 2 men out. Lyle Overbay reaching on the error on Melvin Mora. And the 1-2. Ronnie looks at it inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cedeno's put the ball in the air twice. Last time, though, he really worked Josh Kohlmenzer before popping out to the first baseman, Nady.
I'd like Ronnie to put one in that seat we did the opening.
Way down around the left field foul pole.
That'd make a better game out of it.
Fills it up. So Overbay will take off as soon as the ball is delivered by Micah Owings. Owings won an inning. Didn't give up a run. Did give up 2 hits last night. Struck out 1. 3-2, and Cedeno chased it outside and strikes out. He's 0 for 3. We're going to the 7th inning of a scoreless ball game. Three-game sweep 0-3 in the final games of potential 3-game sweeps. It did sweep 2 from the Reds in the Queen City in mid-May. 2 straight home series. That's 12 series wins overall. 30-30 through 60 games. Things are looking up around the Steel City. And Stephen Drew is 0 for 2. Cleanup hitter for the Diamondbacks has grounded out twice.
3 times.
Third time's a charm. 1 down in the top half of the 7th. Take a look at the road ahead. Brought to you by Nissan. Tomorrow, the Metropolitans come in for the first of 4. On the air with pre-game show at 6:30 rather. 6:30 on Saturday. Day game on Sunday, and then Monday night. And then on the road to Houston for the first time this year. 7:30, 7:30, and then 1:30 on Getaway Day Thursday. The Astros will be the last National League opponent this month. 80 up in the air, deep to right center field. Paul on the track and right up against the wall for the catch.
He had a hard time tracking that one.
Fortunately, he found it in time.
Ball had a little bit of a slice to it coming off the right-hand hitter's bat. Moving it from center field back toward right. And he almost overran it a little. Had to throw on the brakes and change direction.
Well, an extra long out there as Xavier retires Xavier. Oh, 1 pitch fouled back by Montero. Oh, 2 pitch coming from Jeff Karstens, pitching here in the top of the 7th inning. Well, these 2 teams bound to blink pretty soon. Pirates hope it's the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the inning. 1-2 pitch. Montero lifts it to right center field for a single. Took that curveball and stayed with it.
Didn't hit very hard. Was effective.
2-run single for Montero. He's now 2 for 3. Doubled in the 2nd. Base hit here in the 7th. So bring up Melvin Mora. I like what you said in the 5th inning when he struck out.
No more.
No more.
Well, now he's back.
We got Mora. And he hits a number.
Oh, it might be trouble.
Karstens fields, throws, and he got him. Nice play for Jeff Karstens as he's through 7. Stretch time at PNC Park with the score: the Pirates 0 and the Diamondbacks 0, as Jeff Karstens using his strong right arm to record the out here.
Fans, it's time for the 7th inning stretch.
Seventh on Root Sports. Says, I competed in a pierogi eating contest you judged at Pirate Fest. Do you plan on competing yourself someday?
The only competing in a pierogi contest I ever did was right there.
You did? You did
I
in the
did
suit.
do that once, but I'm not going to do the eating one.
Which one were you when you competed? You remember?
Yeah, it's cheese, of course.
Yeah.
One with all the speed.
Josh Harrison, deep to the hole at short. He's got himself a base hit. Leadoff single for the Pirate third baseman.
Excellent. That's what we needed. What were you talking about? Who's going to blink first? Well, hopefully they just got some dirt in their eye. Good way to start the inning. That's some good speed out there at first base.
Harrison, a former Cub, minor league prospect, and came over in the trade with Kevin Hart and Jose Escanio for John Grabo and Tom Gorzolani, and he's got his wrist protector on. They'll use it when they slide. He uses one. Jose Tabata also uses one. Dusty Brown went up the first base side, and he sacrifices Harrison to second successfully.
Not the ideal direction you want to sacrifice when you're moving a guy to second, but when you put it that close to the line, it'll work. Oh, wait a minute. What am I talking about? You're supposed to correct me when I do that.
I'm just waiting. Just giving you enough rope.
Of course he bunted it in the right direction. I was sitting there
that behind the hitter.
I saw the X-Man all over it in 80, and I was thinking he hit that the wrong way, but that's the exact way you want to go from space side.
Go that way if you're looking at this situation, but you're not going to bunt here with Garrett Jones at the plate, pinch hitting. And Karsten's night is done.
Excellent night, I'll tell you. He just couldn't have pitched any better, could he?
Well, with 2 outs in the 7th when Montero had the single, that ended a string of 14 straight retired by Jeff Karstens. Outstanding night.
I think he ended up with just about 80 pitches through 7 innings. 79.
He might go
here from the Gypsies.
He might go tomorrow again. Why not?
Yeah, he does have that rubber arm. He'll pitch, give him the ball, he'll go.
79 pitches, 50 strikes, so very, very efficient. 2-0 coming to Garrett Jones. And Owings delivers outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Pirates looking for a run. That's all it might take to win this one tonight. The way it has gone. Harrison, good wheels at second base. And a pitch. Jones takes on the inside edge. Chris Weishaupt will come in the 8th. Weishaupt pitched a perfect 7th last night with 2 strikeouts. 3-1 to Garrett Jones. And up in the air, fouling out of play. Now the count full. Jones was used as a pinch hitter in the 10th last night, struck out. Paul Mahal and Jeff Karstens, both really good starts the last 2 nights. Payoff pitch coming to Garrett Jones. And he pops it up, back and out of play. Well, you know how the quality starts based on 6 innings in terms of that stat? Ray Searage was telling me a few days ago that the Pirates have upped their standard. They don't go by the 6 inning quality start. The way they keep track for their purposes is a 7 inning number. So it would definitely be a quality start for Karstens. And under Ray's standards, Paul wouldn't get one. He only went 6 last night, giving up 1 hit, shutout baseball. It certainly was quality in its own right. 3-2 pitches, high ball 4, and the Pirates with 2 on and 1 out.
I don't really think you can put a number on innings or any of that stuff. A quality start is something you know when you see it.
Well, I think you give Paul an asterisk for his last night. His was quality.
I think that the start tonight by Coleman was pretty much a quality start.
6+, 4 hits, no runs. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Except the other team hasn't scored either.
He didn't go 7 either, but I got to give him quality. I mean, it's just it just depends on the start itself. There's a lot of variables I think you have to take in consideration of whether you're going to call something quality or not.
Well, the way it goes now is Coleman will have nothing to do with the outcome of this one. But Karsten still can.
But like the old thing about 3 runs, 6 innings, it's a 4.50 ERA. That's okay. It's not quality. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's an okay start.
You want better than okay, if you can. One and 1 to Jose Tabata. Base hit in the 5th inning for him. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. 2 on, 1 out. 1-2. Jose, his second 4-hit game of the season last night. Average up to 255 currently. Started the night at 253. Check swing. Foul ball right into the glove for a strikeout. 2 down.
Didn't want to. You can see the hole at bat. Ended up chasing one that was out of the strike zone that was down, and I think that's really what kind of got him messed up for that swing. He was trying to tell himself to wait because of the one he chased down, and he got himself caught in between on the high strike.
We'll see if Xavier can be the X factor here. 0 for 3, needs a hit. Looks at strike 1. .357 with runners in scoring position. Harrison off of second base. Jones off of first. Micah Owings ahead of Xavier Paul, 0-1. Now he's ahead 0-2.
Start him off with a changeup and a high fastball. Coleman's back at it.
Harrison's the guy that got to get in here. And Paul rolls it towards second. Kelly Johnson flips on to second base to get the force out of Garrett Jones. And the Pirates will strand 2. On to the 8th. Goose eggs.
out tonight's Home Depot, doing more on defense. You got to go back. You got to check where that fence is and get up high on it. Get a step ladder. That's what you need. About a 4-footer. That's all. Get up there and help you out making that catch on the fence. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. They got lots of step ladders.
Chris Riesopp is in. 2-1. Good outing last night. This in the 7th inning. Karsten's very, very good tonight.
He just keeps getting better and better. Early in the year, you could definitely see a drop off after he hit about 70 pitches, 75 pitches. They were, really eyeballing him, kept him on that short lead. Oh, nice play there, huh? But tonight he came out after 79, but it had nothing to do with what was going on in the field. He just got pinch hit for. I think he is at the spot now to where it doesn't make any difference. They're going to have to judge his game just like they do everybody else. Not look at that pitch count. And Clint doesn't like looking at that pitch count anyway.
Well, he always says we'll let the bats of the opposition determine when a guy's tired. Or when a guy doesn't have it. As evidence last night, Jose Veras came in and quickly gave up a run.
Jose looked like he's just a little on the wild side. He couldn't locate his pitches very well last night.
It was recognized quickly from the dugout. Clint Hurdle came out and got him.
That happens every now and then.
Riesopp facing Gerardo Parra. Ball 1 to Parra. He was intentionally walked in the 2nd inning. And then in the 5th, flied to Paul in right field. 1-1 now to Parra. Another tight ball game between the Diamondbacks and the Pirates. Here's the 1-1 on the way. 1-2. Pirates don't see the Diamondbacks again until later in the season, September 19th, 20th, and 21st. And you'd think, oh, great, you get out of that 100-degree temperatures. Well, that's still summer in the desert in Arizona. Might get a nice night out of that one, that late in the season, but still can be warm that late in September. This means the roof will be open.
See the stars.
Best month of the year. Sleeping weather in the desert, October. That's open window sleeping weather out in that part of the world.
What about the scorpions and stuff that can come walking in?
Well, if you have a screen, you can keep them out. I lived in the desert for 12 years, never saw one.
Really?
Never saw one.
My sister lives in Arizona, and I don't know what to call them. The bed feet, they're like in cans to keep the scorpion from crawling in bed with us. They're like spiders. They're everywhere.
Never saw one. You think when you see one, he'll be an ex-scorpion pretty quickly. You from on top of the bullpen.
During the player strike in '81, I got a job as a painter outside Phoenix, Arizona.
You did?
Yeah, doing landscapes and stuff. No, painting houses.
I was going to say.
And
there he goes again.
The place I was painting was kind of like an old ranch house, and the people that were living there were very friendly to the local critters. And there was a scorpion, first one I ever saw.
Fire fouls it off again.
And the lady that worked there caught it in a jar and then took it outside to release it, catch and release. So That doesn't go along what you were saying. Is that
the end of the story?
That's it. Yeah, just to let it go.
Okay. Catch and release.
Yeah. Scorpions.
Tapper to the right side. Walker charging. Throws out Carl. One down.
Probably not a lot of people practice catch and release with Scorpions.
I doubt it. Meadows Racetrack and Casino brings us our scoreboard tonight. 1-1 Cardinals and Astros, bottom of the fourth. Mets ahead of the Brewers. Dodgers and Rockies going at it. Washington and San Diego later. And keep an eye later tonight on San Francisco and Cincinnati. Pirates start the night a half game behind the Reds in the standings. It's like Jack Morris.
Whatever. That's a heck of a mustache.
Harrison, a diving stop. He's up, fires. Safe at first as always.
It's his first hit of the year. Kind of surprising.
He's now 1 out of 5. Play by Harrison to lay out for it. But the result ends up with a leg single for Micah Owens.
He saw that ball get caught and he put his head down and able to beat it out.
A lot of zeros. A couple of 5s and a 1. And down for Chris Young. Reshop got a ground ball, just a little too far away from Harrison to get the easy out.
And most pitchers even been able to throw him out. Looked like Owens got down the line fairly decent for such a big guy.
Nice to get another ground ball here. Young runs well, but he has it into two double plays. Top of the 8th inning. A warm night at PNC Park. Pirates and Diamondbacks wrapping up this 3-game set. Fox hoping to break out the brooms. Both teams struggling for hits that are bunched together. This one is hammered to left field. This one is going, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Chris Young, and the Pirates blink first.
Yeah, when I left the bat, the only thing I was hoping for was that the hook foul, because there was no doubt it was hit hard enough.
Owings comes around to score after the infield single, and Young RBIs 34 and 35.
And no question that was fair.
Right around where McCutchen hit his in the 12th last night. Kelly Johnson takes ball 1.
He's definitely a home run threat.
Get a home run on his first at bat of the series. Game 1. A line drive over the Clemente wall. Fouls that one off. And it's 1-2 to Kelly Johnson. 2 runs in the 8th for the Diamondbacks on a Chris Young 2-run shot. 1-2 delivery. That misses. Pirates have activity in the bullpen. Tony Watson made his major league debut last night. Came in a very high leverage situation and struck out 2. Got the Pirates out of the inning. An impressive debut for Watson. Johnson strikes out, fouling it into the glove of Kelly Johnson. 2 away. Of Dusty Brown, rather. 2 away. On the American League tonight. That happened earlier today. And, New York and Boston delayed. Probably just the same for the Yankees. They've lost the first 2 of that series. White Sox and the A's. Bob Guerin, the manager of the Oakland Athletics, let go today. Bob Melvin, the new manager. Former skipper of the Diamondbacks. Right there, that guy's been the difference in the ball game so far. Chris Young. 2-run home run, a 2-0 D-backs lead in the 8th. Upton hit into a double play in the 3rd, but doubled his first time up. Also popped out to Cedeno in the 6th inning. Justin Upton, brother of B.J. Upton. And the 0-2 delivery. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Reshop with 1 bad pitch allows the Diamondbacks to get in front here.
That's that kind of a game. Nothing. It's going to turn on something dramatic. You said it earlier, who was going to blink? But after watching these Pirates for the first 60 games this year, they got 6 outs left. They're going to put them to good use.
8th inning sort of been their inning too. Talk about comebacks. Nothing doing in the bullpen for Arizona. Micah Owings has hit in the inning, so he will come out and face the Pirates in the bottom half of the 8th. Full count pitch. And a base hit to right. 2-out single for Upton. 3rd hit in the inning off of Chris Reshop. In case you missed it around Major League Baseball, talked about Bob Guerin being fired as the Oakland A's manager. Jabba Chamberlain, torn ligament in his right elbow. He'll likely need Tommy John surgery. Jason Bay sitting out tonight and tomorrow night. He is slumping. 0 for his last 63 at the plate. Lots of pressure in New York. Justin Verlander, 8 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. Tigers leading the Mariners 4-1 in the 9th. Chris Reshop relieved of duty. Pitching change at PNC Park. Time to welcome Tony Watson to the show, and he came in and impressed, certainly. Getting a strikeout right there. And his second batter face struck him out as well. Juan Miranda, high fives all the way around. And Tony Watson, an exciting time for him. His family drove from Des Moines, Iowa, 15 hours through the night to make sure they were here to see Tony pitch, and they had to go back after the game last night, another 15 hours, but I think it was worth it for him.
Obviously, that's a great thrill for for him to come in and be able to do that in front of his family, get the 2 strikeouts, and do it in a game that was an important game like that, where the Pirates had that big win and everybody jumping around at the end. That'll be a memory he'll always cherish.
Now Watson right now charged with shutting down the Diamondbacks. Stephen Drew, left-handed hitter, who will face Watson here. 2 runs into the inning on the 2-run home run by Chris Young, scoring Micah Owings.
Notice how the wind's picking up here.
A little bit of a breeze up here.
At least up in the booth it is.
1 ball and no strikes to Stephen Drew. Drew 0 for 3 tonight, 3 groundouts, 2 of them to the right side to Lyle Overbeck. Here's Watson, second major league appearance. 2-0. Born in Sioux City, Iowa. They always talk about the first time you get out there in a big league uniform. What's the second time like? Are you more relaxed?
No. Not at all. It doesn't come till you're about 32, 33. Then it's too late.
Well, you're speaking from experience?
Yeah, I think it really is something that you have to look at. All the guys that are fast starters in their career, they have that knack of being up and being relaxed right from the very beginning. They realize immediately that they don't have to do anything more than what they did that got them to the big leagues. And those are the pitchers, the players, that they get it right away. And they're good right away.
3-1 to Drew, missed, and he walked him. Drew goes down to first, Upton over to second base. And now Watson will face Xavier Nady. Coming into this series, the Diamondbacks had the longest active road winning streak. They had won 6 straight until Tuesday night. But overall, they've lost 3 in a row, going back to a home game on Sunday against the Washington Nationals in the first 2 games here in Pittsburgh. Pirates, meantime, have won 4 of their last 5. Strike to Nady. When Watson got up last night, Daniel McCutchen was also up. But Clint Hurdle had the idea he was going to put McCutchen up there as a decoy, just to let the Diamondbacks think they had both a right-hander and left-handed option going. There's a foul ball for strike 2. But he had fully intended on using Watson and saving McCutchen for later, and that really worked out, because Daniel McCutchen got the job done. Oh, and 2. 2 down, 2 on for the Diamondbacks. Broken bat roller to Cedeno. He'll fire onto first base, and he's got Nady. And Watson gets the Pirates out of the inning. 2-0 Diamondbacks. You're watching Pirates baseball on Roots. Great pictures once again tonight from our AGH cam. Andrew McCutchen leads off the bottom of the 8th against Micah Owings. Pirates down 2-0.
Those are some of my favorite parts of the evening, watching the AGH cam shots, especially the montage that gets put together. There's so much that goes on that you don't notice. Like Walker fielding that ball. I saw like just a little last second extra movement as he was coming up to get that ground ball that you would never see without the AGH cam.
And Owings strikes out McCutchen to start the 8th. Bottom of it. 1 down. Minor league update, AAA, Buffalo. A 15-2 winner over the Indianapolis Indians. Sean Bonker had a run batted in. Altoona ahead of Erie in the 9th. Brad Chalk 3 out of 4. And West Virginia and Lakewood suspended due to weather. Jamison Tyone 1 hit over 4 innings pitched, striking out 3. Didn't walk anybody. Walker had a hit in the 1st inning. Get into a double play in the 6th with McCutchen aboard. Pirates need 2. A 1-1 on the way. That was fouled off by Neil Walker. Well, tomorrow night we'll get to see Dylan G again for the Mets. Charlie Morton countering him. G is unbeaten at 6-0. I think Alexei Ogando for the Texas Rangers also unbeaten. They're the only 2 guys. Strikeout for Walker. He's 1 for 4.
We'll give G his first loss. How about that?
That'd be nice. Pirates down to their final 4 outs here tonight. They've been the comeback kids in recent games, coming back 16 times from games in which they trailed to win. More than half of their wins have been comeback wins. Overbay got his 300th career double on Wednesday night. He's got a 5-game hitting streak going after his single in the 4th. Three out of 11 in the series. His single in the 4th inning went to the Clemente wall, but it was hit so hard he couldn't get 2 bags out of it. Looked for that 2-0 pitch, a bit high, but in there for a strike. A high strike to Overbay. Three and one. Update in from Single A. Bradenton has defeated Jupiter on the road 4-0. High A in the Florida State lead. 2-0 Arizona, bottom of the 8th, 3-1. And now a man aboard and the tying run to the plate. After Owings punched out the first 2 hitters, McCutchen and Walker, Overbay draws a walk. He's on base for the 3rd time tonight. Cedeno takes high ball 1, and Miguel Montero wants to go out and talk to Micah Owings. You know, one thing, we see Ronnie Cedeno foul off a lot of pitches, Bob, from time to time, but it's other at-bats that are short. He's averaging this season 3.7 pitches per plate appearance, which is down from last year, 3.85 pitches for a plate appearance.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me when I saw that. I thought it would be a little bit up this season, but it's actually, he's not seeing as many as last year.
Charles Nagy, the pitching coach, is out. And he will be shooed away by home plate umpire Jerry Meals. Paul Alexander, Kent Jacoby up in the crow's nest. Waiting for the postgame show.
Won't be long. It'll be lights, camera, action.
They're hoping Ronnie can run into one here. If you were standing behind them, that's what it would look like. Two balls and a strike to Ronnie Cedeno. Well, Ronnie will make some contact. He represents the tying run here in the 8th. Popped up. That'll go back and out of play. Cedeno down to his final strike in this at bat. Alan Bucks trying to battle back. Stays 2-2 as Ronnie shot that one out of play. Cedeno made one start at second base. That was on the 11th of May. Right now ranking 3rd among National League shortstops. 278 total chances in the field. Lifts this one up in the air to shallow left center field. Coming on is Gerardo Parra. He'll make the catch, and we go to the 9th. Diamondbacks on top, 2-0. York Mets at 1:35. It's Kids Day. All kids 14 and under receive a Pirate Parrot Cruise for a Cure bobblehead thanks to Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Come early for the Family Fun Zone on Federal Street and stay after the game when kids can run the bases thanks to H.K. Anderson Pretzels. Tickets at pirates.com. Okay, here on Sunday coming up. Well, Pirates are down to 3 outs before they can use the brooms. Need 2 runs to do it. Need to hold the Diamondbacks down here. Tony Watson back out. Roller to first base. It's a fair ball. Bay guns it to Watson. He says, Watson, come here. I need you.
Good one. The doctor.
Montero's up. And Melvin Moore will be the hitter. Mora 0 for 3 tonight. First ball swinging. Chance for Brown. He's going to just take it off the top of the Diamondback dugout. Just enough of a breeze. And with a backspin, went out of play. Melvin Mora made an error in the 6th inning. Had a ball go right between his legs off the bat of Lyle Overbay. One and one. Pitch by Tony Watson. Swing and a miss. Out in front was Mora. And now he's behind in the count. A ball and 2 strikes.
It's like Watson, kind of a little bit of an audition.
Deep to right center field. Xavier Paul on the run. He'll catch it.
Nice speed.
Speed helps.
He's played a good right field tonight, hasn't he?
He really has. He's done well up against the wall a couple of times and runs a long way to track this one down.
Clint Hurdle is going to be watching. You see Paul go after that fly ball again. You're going to be watching Watson, the way he handles different situations, try to get a feel for exactly how he wants to use him.
Here is Gerardo Parra.
Now, obviously, he's got the scouting reports and that sort of thing, but you don't know when you get a rookie up. Is he going to change when he gets to the big leagues? Is he going to be the same pitcher that I got the reports on?
Things can change, can't they, when you move up to that next level?
Well, things don't change. You change.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, you start doing things a little differently, and trying to be better than you were before. Because hey, this is the big leagues, and that messes a lot of guys up sometimes for the first couple of years before they finally get it figured out.
Another lefty, Joe Beimel, still on the disabled list. Elbow getting better. Slap to left field. Tabata. He will not make the play. A trap. So a base hit for Parra. That's going to bring up a pinch hitter, Willie Bloomquist.
Got just underneath the glove.
And underneath Jose.
I think Jose maybe misread it a little bit. Didn't quite have his glove extended out completely to get it underneath that ball.
It's the first big league hit given up by Tony Watson. So Willie Bloomquist started at shortstop in last night's game. Takes a strike. One out of 7 as a pinch hitter. And the 0-1 coming. Watson pumps in another strike at 92 miles an hour.
Well, he's got a good arm, that's for sure. You're left-handed, you can throw in the 90s. That gives you a nice little boost right there.
Watson, a converted starter, now a reliever. Just tried that inside corner and missed. Painted just a little bit outside the lines. Bloomquist standing in, awaits the 1-2 from Tony Watson. Parra off of first base. And he got him that time, painting the corner. Tony Watson gets the punch out. Holds the Diamondbacks scoreless. Last raps for the Bucks. They trail the D-backs 2-0. No runs on just 5 hits for the Pirates tonight. Andrew McCutchen was the hero last night. 16 come from behind wins this season. 7 of those coming in the final at bat. And if McCutchen does get up this inning, well, the good news, he's due up 6.
Yeah, it'll be like in a hero type moment.
New pitcher is David Hernandez. Pirates got to him in the 8th inning on Tuesday night for 5 runs. He suffered the loss in that game. He did not pitch last night. The rally cap is apropos at this moment in time. Josh Harrison 1 for 3 tonight.
Get it started, Josh.
Harrison hitting .250. Hernandez will deal strike 1. Harrison's come through with some big hits in his brief major league career.
Diaz on deck.
Harrison pops it back.
And after that, you have the pitcher spot.
Diaz would hit for Dusty Brown, which would mean if the Pirates would tie it, then Wyatt Toriegas would have to come out and catch. Bottom of the 9th. And a broken bat roller. Diving stop by Hernandez, and he got him. Boy, oh boy. Almost beating it out, Josh Harrison. David Hernandez with a bigger play than perhaps he might realize.
Oh, when he dove for it, I thought he was making a big mistake. And normally when a pitcher dives for a ball, it's going to take him a lot longer to get that ball to first base than it does the third baseman cutting in behind him. But in this case, that didn't happen. Hernandez able to quickly get to his backside and get off a decent throw. Most of the time, you're way better off and just let that one go. And the third baseman who's cutting across there, he's got momentum going toward first. He'll be able to make that throw a lot better than you, but not that time.
Brandon Wood, who was hiding in the dugout, he comes out to hit, and Matt Diaz remains in the on-deck circle. He was out on deck, as you pointed out, with Harrison at the plate. And Brandon Wood is.
I think Diaz would have hit if he would have been the tying run.
Pitch on the inside corner. 1-1 to Brandon Wood. He's hit safely in 5 of his last 7 games. Hernandez, 1-1 delivery. Now it's 1-2. Wood has started at third base 14 times. Last time was on Tuesday. He made 5 starts at shortstop. Pinch hitting in the bottom of the 9th. It's one up in the air to shallow left center field. Gerardo Parra wants it. And the Pirates down to their final out. As the bats frustrated tonight by Diamondbacks pitching. It all started with Josh Colmenter. And Jeff Karstens, who will get a no decision out of this, pitched spectacularly well, going 7 innings of shutout baseball. Striking out 2, but he retired 14 in a row at one point.
I believe the next pitch that Hernandez throw will be the 150th pitch for Diamondback pitching. 150 pitches, and they're 1 out away from throwing a 5-hit shutout. It's a lot of pitches for not giving up any runs.
And giving up a lot of hits. Just 5. Considering there was an error, a few guys walked.
It's a lot of deep counts, I guess.
Yeah. 5 walks. Diaz now down to his final strike. Pirates have had 4 chances to sweep a series, and without a miracle here, they'll be 0-4 in those games.
What did you say earlier? There's 4 teams that don't have a sweep. One of them.
Yep. Pirates, along with the Cubs, Dodgers, and Padres, none of which with a 3 or 4 game sweep.
Yeah, we're just a sloppy team. We don't clean up after ourselves. We don't. No need for a broom.
0-2. And that's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They'll have to try to do it the hard way against the Mets when they come in for 4. Charlie Morton tomorrow night against Dylan G. Be a very good pitching matchup, both with 6 victories. Charlie 6-2. G is 6-0. Pirates and Mets split a 4-game series in New York recently. And that's strike 3, and the ball came right back to Montero. Ball game over. So the Pirates blanked here in game 3, but they do win the series, taking 2 of 3 games, and drop back under 500 by a game at 30-31.
Well, that's definitely what you have to do after tonight, is look at the big picture and the fact you took 2 out of 3 from Philly, you took 2 out of 3 here from the Snakes, and move on, and got a 4-game series coming up, maybe 3 out of 4, huh?
Turn the page on the Diamondbacks, and it's on to the Mets. Owings gets the win, Resop the loss. Stand by. Coming up from the Crow's Nest, it's Pirates postgame.